0, 1.
Let's get started.
All right, welcome to episode 16 of Unforced Errors. Today, Carl and I are reuniting after he's taken many vacations.
We are back in the studio, and it feels good to be back here with you, Frank.
It does. We needed to get back to some semblance of normalcy here, and we have rebuilt the studio and put it back in.
Yeah,
and we're doing it. So
it's a good time. I mean, I saw you, a couple weeks ago at the PPA Challenger. And that was cool. I was kind of there.
Kind of. You were on 2 hours of sleep, and you were rolling that autopilot hard.
Oh yeah, I was. I look back at that footage, and I feel like it's all a dream.
Well, I mean, that's just how it is. Life of a rock star.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So I think we should probably kick it off and talk about what we thought of our first pro event.
Yes. Dude, I had such a good time. I was only there for the first day, and like I said, I was barely there, but it was really cool, really fun. PPA Challenger does a really good job.
Yes. Shout out to Jacob and his team, and Hunter from Collegiate Pickleball.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that was out there, even the unnames that we don't know that were out there running the blowers, because we did have some bad weather on Saturday and Sunday, and just making sure everything runs as optimal as possible. I know there were some delays, and it's just how it goes sometimes. Nothing you can do when you play outside, but overall I thought the team was outstanding. They treated us like we were one of their own, so shout out to them, and again, thanks to the PPA for letting us come out there and set up shop.
Yeah, it was really fun, man. It was really cool to mix it up with some of the pros there and some of the players there, and get to know some people. You did a lot of interviews Saturday and Sunday. They were really cool. I enjoyed watching those. And just kind of seeing the whole pickleball community that's local to us come together for such a cool event.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of unique because, as it was referenced many times in those interviews, it's like an old school style tournament where, if you went to a tennis tournament, you're not just going to see top 100 players walking around and leaning on the fence waiting to play.
Yeah.
And I know that these tournaments might not have that big time feel to them, but it's kind of cool because it feels like everyone obviously knows everyone, and it's just friends hanging out playing pickleball. Mm-hmm. It's just like a very much more serious open play.
Yeah, that is what it felt like. It was really cool. Everyone
kind of knows everyone. They know that a lot of people know their games, and so it's very interesting to see all of that. But
I had a great time, and I hope we do more of it.
That is the goal.
Even go to the main tour too.
The main tour is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
We would like to, Atlanta would be ideal. I know we're planning on doing that. It would be really great to have the same setup there, but we will see what we can do and what we can't. But one way or another, we'll be there.
Yeah, I think that if Winnebago or Jayco or any of those big RV companies wants to sponsor us and send us one, dude.
Yeah.
I'm down to drive that to every tournament.
We can definitely get that sponsorship.
Yeah, I think so.
We're pretty big hitters on the PPA tour scene, so I think they'll probably do that. If not, we always have your dad to fall back on. He's got a couple RVs he could loan us.
Yeah.
So Charleston was great. Just to run through the winners real quick. Men's doubles was Brandon French and Wyatt Stone. They beat Scarpa and Mo Alhouni. And then bronze was Camden Chafin, who's the 14-year-old sensation.
Yeah.
He was great. Super nice dude. And family's awesome. He played with Ross Whitaker. Also great. And then men's singles was Matthew Finnerty, Juan Benitez, Tristan Dassault. Obviously, we interviewed Juan.
Such a cool dude.
Just a one of one guy. So a Juan of one, if you will. And he might.
Yeah.
And then women's doubles, Walker sisters took home gold. Mevish, Safdar, and Krista Getcheva. It's a new relationship there as far as them playing together, but that seemed to work. So looking forward to more of that. Felicity DeLaura and Zoya Khan took home bronze. And women's singles. This is brutal. I'm going to attempt to say these names, but this is a brutal lineup. Okay. Right. I think gold was Samantha Bikes. Not sure. Samantha, sorry. Apologies in advance. I don't know.
Samantha B.
and Lena P.
Not even going to try it.
I don't know if I should. Pada Giamatti. That can't be right.
That sounds
I'm
right
talking
to me.
about now. I sound like I'm talking about Paul Giamatti. This is ridiculous. And of course, our girl Laura Giltonen got bronze.
Oh yeah,
the women's singles was a lot of fun.
it was.
We watched Laura play, and it was great. And then mixed doubles was Angie Walker and James Delgado. Silver, Zoya Khan, Austin Bricker, and then bronze, another Walker sister, Alex Walker and Zach Parks. So Walker sisters cleaned up pretty well in that tournament, but so much talent, so much young talent, so many people that have been playing this for a while that popped in. You know, Ross has been pro for 3.5 years, which feels like a lifetime in this sport.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see people like that pop in and play with all the experience that they have. So, yeah, so that was Challenger. We really enjoyed it, and next time we're going to get you for the whole event.
Yes.
And
And I'm going to try to get some sleep before it too.
Zero guarantees on that.
Hey, but we got merch there. You know what I mean?
We have merch. You're wearing one of them.
Right here.
Yes. Shout out.
Shout out.
Thanks for buying that hat from me, Carl. Cool. So that was PPA Challenger. And then from there, we went to Virginia Beach. We did not, but the players did.
I wish we did, but we didn't. I wouldn't have made it.
You would not. Carl, give us the Virginia Beach recap. Just some quick highlights.
So I didn't get to watch a ton of this, but I did get to watch some. It was really cool. I know they had some weather issues scattered throughout and some wind, but when you're at the beach, that's kind of what you got to expect.
And they did have some worms on the court.
Yes.
Which, shout out to that ref who just went over there and fake stomped a worm and people shrieked. It's like, it's just a worm, first of all. Like, not, shout out to the worms, but like, they're not a big deal.
Don't disrespect worms. We like worms here too.
But him going over and violently fake stomping was absolutely gold. So that was amazing. Shout out to him. But carry on.
All right. So in men's singles, we had Chris Hayworth. Really cool match there. Hayworth triumphed over Christian Alshon. The scores were 11-8, and then the second one was 12-10.
Chris Hayworth is a problem in singles. And I think that, I wasn't sure what the reasoning was because he's ranked so high. Now he's not. I think he went to that tournament at 15. But
15.
Prior to, he's like 55 in singles. And it's like, this is not, people have said like this. I didn't know if he got hurt, but I think it's more of he moved over from the APP tour.
Oh, yeah.
Where he was probably, I'd imagine, a menace over there as far as singles goes.
It looked like it. I mean,
his singles game
good.
is insane.
Yeah, I think that was a really cool win for him, especially over Christian Alshon, who we know is really good. Women's doubles. Classic, Annalie Waters and Anna Bright. I mean,
we could have guessed that.
Yeah. You knew it. You knew it was going to happen. Yeah. They defeated the second-seeded team, which was Paris Todd and Catherine Parento.
Catherine always finds her way in there. I just, one of these days she's going to do it.
Solid player.
She's very good, and it's going to be a great story when she can finally get that gold because I think it's coming. It's just a matter of time. She's been mixing it up with different players, Rachel Rohrbacher, and then Paris Todd, and it's just. I think that, her time's coming to get gold, and that'll be a cool story.
Hey, we saw some, upsets recently with Annalie Waters and Anna Bright and people playing them. So, it could happen.
Definitely.
Men's doubles. This is a team I actually really liked watching. J.W. Johnson and C.J. Klinger took home the gold. I like that pair. I kind of do.
Flick Wizard never disappoints.
Yeah.
And then CJ, you just, I watched so much of him during the MLP run that I'm a huge fan of his game.
I'm the same way. I just like watching him play now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But they beat Tyson McGuffin and Deckelbar. And I don't know how much they've played together, J.W. Johnson and C.J. Klinger, but they looked like they really clicked pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see more of them. And I think that's, Annalie Waters did, I guess we should mention that she secured her 36th career Triple Crown, which is
bonkers.
Insane.
Banana land.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
Yep.
So that's another thing that happened. And mixed doubles, we had, obviously, Annalie Waters and Ben Johns.
I mean, obviously, it's just it's old news, but shout out to them because they just keep doing it.
Yeah, and they beat the Johnson siblings, JW and Georgia.
Also, common faces at the top there.
Yeah, exactly. So. I think that about sums up who won. I know they had some weather delays, so you were saying they didn't even get to some of the bronze matches. But.
Yeah, it's tough weather, and I know Anna Lee had an interview where she didn't even think she was going to be playing at one point, and she was like, I don't know if she was in her like Airbnb or something, just like making lasagna. Well, that's no big deal, you just put down the lasagna and you just go out there and win gold. It's just so easy when you're her.
Dude, I would never put down the lasagna.
No, I mean, and it shows. Look at us. Neither one of us have said no to lasagna in our lives.
I would eat some right now.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so I think the next topic here is we just want to maybe just touch on, it's been a minute since we talked about any paddles, and we have a bunch of paddle reviews that have come out.
Yeah, and we have more on the way too.
They just keep coming. So, but yeah, just like longer term thoughts on the Luz, and then we now got the Tornazo in.
Oh yeah. Well. So the Luz Inferno is literally becoming my favorite paddle. I feel like the more time I spend with it, the more I really like it. It's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. I think the way it hits was a little different for me at first because I have played with other foam paddles, and it almost doesn't feel as much like a foam paddle, if that makes sense. If you use foam paddles, I'm sure you understand. But the Inferno, like after I got used to it, I love the sound, number one. I can't get over that.
Every ball, it's just like a symphony over there. I love it.
But the feel and the touch, and it's like the pop is there when you want it, but also it's not at the same time. It's really cool. It kind of highlights whatever you give it. You know what I mean? And I really like that one. And compared that to the Tornazo, which I've played with recently, I think that one has more pop for sure. I like it. It's different foam. And so it has more pop. It has a little bit more power, I'd say. It's not super noticeable. If you just took both of these paddles and you played with them, you probably wouldn't notice a ton of difference. But from playing with the Inferno so much, I noticed that the Tornazo does have more pop and kind of a stiffer feel.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't make that awesome, like,
it does make
delaminated paddle sound. Even though these are not delaminated, it just has that crazy pop to it.
That Inferno is it's like a big hollow sound that's really cool.
Yeah, I think Chris Olsen said from Pickleball Studio that the Inferno is kind of like almost like a hybrid between the bread and butter Loco, which is softer, not as poppy, and then the Boomstick, which is a little more poppy.
Yeah.
Power wise, I think it sits in between both. So, that's a heck of a comparison there because those are two excellent paddles.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, we've been going out to open play and letting people use it, and
everybody loves it.
People are pumped about that. Like, if you're into a power paddle and you like elongated
and foam, and the warranty is, I think, a year.
Yeah. Which I guess is a great transition to the Luz Cannon because, if anybody's going to make a Yola Pro 4 killer that has got a 1-year warranty on it, and, again, we don't know the longevity of the Luz because we've not played with it for a year, but, we've had a lot of people come up to us interested because they are on their third Yola or there's been multiple issues.
Exactly.
And from what we understand, there's been a couple difference in opinions, but for them, I would say 75-80% of the people are like, this is basically a Pro 4.
Yeah.
And it feels really good. And for an elongated paddle, the sweet spot is really nice.
And for the price.
Well, the price is crazy.
That's what does it. I mean, that price is insane. I think it's like $94 after our code.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not going to find a better paddle like that's a power paddle for $94.
Yeah.
I don't think
not a Gen 3 paddle that does everything that does.
That's comparable with the Yola 4.
And still has really good pop, but controllable. Still pop.
Yeah, it's definitely controllable.
And then has really nice power. So, so outside of that, we did also, a little while back, we did the Dynasty. And I think like the big takeaway is we've got a lot of feedback. People are not thrilled with the design of the Dynasty.
Yeah.
But our thing is like, don't look at it, play with it. Because that paddle is really good.
It's really good, man. And I think it took some time to break in. But once it did, it was, I still think it's one of the hardest hitting foam paddles that there is. I mean,
it's so gritty too. Like the spin, we've let people use it. Like our friend Brett has used it.
He won't put it down.
He will not put it down. And his serve is like falling off the net, like dropping from the net level. He's barely above the net and it's dropping almost a foot. It's just like, it's really crazy.
Yeah. So the Dynasty I'm excited to see what else comes from them, because this paddle it's a really good paddle.
Yeah. Now that Eric Franson from Rally is in charge of the marketing over there, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they transition, even just from a design perspective. But I think it sounds like Scott from Dynasty's open to suggestions, which is great. And I hope that they make something that people not only love to play with, but they like to see it out there, because some people, that's their thing. They just don't like the look of certain things. They won't buy it.
Yeah.
But anybody that has played it, they'll tell you this paddle's insane.
Yeah. You give them some time with it and they're like, oh yeah, I like this.
Yeah. So I did a couple reviews while you were out. One of them is the Warping Point Rhythm. So we did that. Basically through that review, I was saying it was at $159, and I'm like, there's no way I could recommend this paddle at $159, but it was on sale for $79. All right, for $80, this is a pretty decent paddle. Mm-hmm. And then we got the code approved from Warping Point, and I'm like, well, let me just try it, because I just tried some random, like PB Studio, STS Pickleball, just tried some random codes on their site and nothing worked. So I thought, maybe it doesn't have a code because it's already significantly discounted. And then our code knocked another $20 off.
Yeah, $60 is
$60. That paddle's crazy for $60.
Yeah, that's a really good deal. That's insane.
Like if you're coming from an Amazon paddle, or you want your first like step up, and you don't want to spend $100.
Yeah, and I think the Rhythm is more of an entry level paddle. But for $60, man, some of these Amazon paddles are $60.
Right,
and this is a really good paddle.
Yeah, and the durability is going to be higher than something that has like a spray-on grit, like the original Friday paddles.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing it to some of their other Fridays, and I haven't hit Friday very much, but I know just from the technology that's used, this should hold up. Oh
yeah, it felt
a lot better, and it's well built.
It felt really sturdy, really solid. It felt good to hit with. I mean, it's not a paddle that we've been playing with some of the top of the line paddles. This thing isn't going to blow you away with performance, but for $60, I mean, you don't really need to look anywhere else.
Yeah. And then the other one was we did the Pickle Poppers review. So
we got one up there.
There it is. That's the
Tango.
Pop and Tango. You're
an animal with that paddle.
That paddle feels good.
Frank comes alive with the Tango.
Yeah, I do. It's very much like me on the dance floor. It's nothing like that, actually. I think the shape is very similar to my Vatic Bloom. Mm-hmm. It doesn't play the same because it's different thickness and just different construction, but the shape definitely feels really good. So I really enjoy that paddle, but I think the funny thing is that you pull that paddle out at like an open play and people are like, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, well, hold on, try this, because the Tango is great. I mean, you can call it, all court, maybe leaning a little bit towards control, but I had no problem putting it away. And I don't like Kevlar paddles generally.
Yeah, it felt different than a lot of the other Kevlar paddles. It felt like it just had more, I don't know, control. It just felt different. It felt different off the face, but I really liked it. It was a good difference. Yeah.
And then the Pop and Frost got crazy power. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be sunset May of 26. But they're giving you 70% off. So in the meantime, if you want to use it, you like the design or the quality of the paddle is really there, you will still be able to use this at rec play. Nobody's going to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
But 0.43 PB core is all that they're going to allow starting next year. So in May. So it's going to get delisted. But again, Pickle Popper's coming out with the Gen 4 all foam. And if it's anything like the quality of these paddles and the design, and even if you're not a fan, you think the design's kind of like almost too fun. I
like the design.
Oh, me too. But if you don't dig the design, I think you have to still acknowledge the quality of it. I mean, just everything about that paddle
it feels great in your hand.
It's great and it looks great. So yeah, I think that's been a solid paddle for us, and it's been fun using.
I mean, you come alive with it, Frank.
Yeah,
it could become your main.
Very rarely do I ever come alive.
Oh, I'm also playing with the FC Plus long handle. That's another one that I'm playing with recently. That it's like the FC Plus is literally my main paddle.
Has been.
So they took that and they just made it better. Yeah. It's like the long handle. I mean, I'm used to the shorter handle, so I kind of like it is a little bit different for me. But for you, like when you tried to play with the FC Plus, you were like, yeah, the handle is just a little bit shorter because you've been playing with like I think the Super Cord at that point or something that was a longer handle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking these. Like I used to not, but now that I'm using a 2E, it's like a 5.6 inch is nice. It feels better. It just depends, how the bottom of the paddle is shaped.
Yeah.
How does it taper? Because if it's tapered right, and you can still get 2 hands on it or close to 2 hands, like with a pencil grip, then it's fine. But Honolulu has a wider taper, so it's not as comfortable on the regular one if you're using the 2E. But that long handle. Now that I can get behind.
Yeah, it's a great paddle. I've been really enjoying that.
I only got to play with it maybe 2 or 3 times because I
won't let you.
You will not give it to me. And so we are fighting over that.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I'm sure the NF is just as good too. If you've been enjoying those paddles at all, I would say check out the long handle version because it kind of gives you everything.
Yes. I think the next thing we want to talk about is we have a giveaway coming out, Carl.
Yes.
It's our first giveaway.
It is our first giveaway. It's exciting.
So shout out to Matt from Chorus. I talked to him and he was down with this. So we are going to be giving away this Chorus Phoenix EX. Let me take this off so you can see. So I played with this, not this paddle, of course. This is completely brand new, grip not even touched. Played with the HX version last night, and it's because we've been reviewing so many paddles. It's been a minute since I've played with that one, but it's just if you can control the pop, and I have a hard time controlling the pop at my level, but at the kitchen it's a breeze. You're just putting balls away. The other thing that's really insane about this is the spin on it. It doesn't seem like it's very gritty, like it's pretty smooth, but there's something like I was just dinking last night and just in warm-ups because as soon as I get tense, I just dink everything up in the air. But that's another problem. But as far as like anybody that can control their dinks, the spin on this is amazing.
Yeah, it is. I feel the same way that you do. It's like when I felt it, I was like, oh, it doesn't feel super gritty or anything. But when you play with it, the spin is there. Yeah. It is like really good. And
I mean, if you get into a hands battle at the kitchen, if you have good technique.
Oh yeah, with that pop.
Unlike us, but if you have good technique, I mean, it's the put away is crazy. I know people have said that it feels like a paddle tech with a little bit bigger sweet spot. I would agree with that. Yeah. And this is their EX. I know paddle tech, a lot of people that play with paddle tech, if it's not like the Anna Lee Waters style, it is the TKO, which is they're elongated. So if you're a paddle tech person, you should definitely enter the drawing and take a look at maybe winning this guy because it is a really good paddle, and I would be interested to see what some people think of it based off of their usage with, especially like heavy users of paddle tech.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chorus, great stuff, great brand, and so shout out to Matt again for sending us this to do the giveaway. All right, so let's go over how they can win this paddle. Basically, what you'll do is you'll follow us on YouTube at Unforced Errors PB. You'll then follow us on Instagram, and you guessed it, Carl, at Unforced Errors PB. And then you'll also follow Chorus at Chorus Pickleball on Instagram. So go ahead and follow those 3 accounts. 2 of them are ours, and then you will tag 3 friends. Tag 3 friends, tag 3 more. I don't care. Neither do you.
Yeah, is there a limit to
There is no limit.
Okay.
Just tag away.
So if you have a lot of friends, you have good chances of...
Just tag random people. Don't do whatever you want, Just fire it up in there in the comments, and then I have found a way to randomize the comments to where I don't have to go one by one, which is why I'm saying tag away, because an AI bot will figure out who the winner is, not me.
There we go.
Yeah, it's 2025, Carl. We're very AI forward here. So that is how you're going to potentially win the Chorus Phoenix EX. So we are looking forward to doing the first giveaway. It won't be the last. We have another one in the pipe that we will discuss at a later date, but we're going to start unloading a couple paddles that we have here, or paddles that we aren't using as much now or want to get in people's hands, and we'll go from there. All right, so I think the final topic we want to cover is a little Montis shoe review.
Ooh, yes.
Shout out to Montis, by the way, because
Right here.
you have finally made a shoe that Carl can wear.
Yeah, I was really, really surprised when I put this shoe on out of the box at the courts and then played.
Yes.
And I haven't taken it off. Every time I play, I just put it on. Haven't had any issues with it at all. Comfort from day one, crazy for me. Because anything with even, I don't even know. I've never found a shoe outside of a skate shoe, which is what I wore. I wore some Nija's skate shoes before this shoe because it's the only thing that even looked like a sneaker that would be comfortable enough for me to wear until I got this shoe.
Yeah, and I mean, I know this feels like a marketing ad, but it's really not. I think it's hilarious that I showed up to the court with a box of shoes. And people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, here, Carl, put these on. And you just slapped them on and we just immediately jumped into a game.
Yeah.
And I was like, do your feet hurt? And you're like, this is crazy, but like these are really comfortable.
Normally my feet will hurt, my back will hurt. It has not happened yet with these shoes. And
they're holding up.
They're holding up fantastic. They feel fantastic. Now this is their wide version, which is definitely something I would have needed. So I'm glad I went with that. And I think this is the colorway, the Edu colorway.
The Edu, and then it also comes with white laces. It comes stock with the pink, comes also with white, and then like the teal colored laces as well. So Montis has it down. This is their Drop 1.0, so really excited to see what they do in the future as far as refining this or adding to the collection, because if this is your first attempt, similar to, you know, some of these other companies that just crush it when they on their first try, like it doesn't happen a lot, but Montis did it here. So
dude, I was blown away, and I'm not just saying that to like be dramatic. I was just so happy to find a shoe that I could actually wear that was a shoe meant for pickleball and not skateboarding.
Yeah, and I mean the price is right, because the Edu ones are a little bit pricier. They're $119. But the regular Montis shoe in every other color is $109. And so we have the discount code, and you can use Unforced Errors and you can get 10% off. But, you know, that's not why we're pushing these. We're pushing these because they're legitimately
they're a great shoe.
Amazing. I'll be interested to see. We are doing a stress test with our friend Chris, who plays pickleball at least 50 hours a month. He is currently rocking some Montis, and he is stress testing them. He can't make it past 2 months with a pair of shoes before he wears them out completely.
That's crazy.
So we're going to put Montis to the test because he has a lot more time than we do to play. But yeah, I mean, everything's been great. I mean, I've had, I don't know, 5 different types of pickleball shoes.
You have experience with other pickleball shoes.
I've tried Adidas and Selkirk and Head and Asics and all the things. And none of them were bad. It's just I would say every one of them, when I put them on, I have some type of like heel or arch issue. And it takes like 3 play sessions to like break them in. And then a couple of those, after playing with them for 2 months, 3 months, they started to hurt again. So they were fine during that whole duration, but then it's almost like as they wore out, they started getting worse. So we'll see. This is still, you know, we're still fairly new. It's only been a couple months on these, but these, I haven't really put on another shoe. No. Outside of like when it rained and was filthy, I threw my Selkirks on just because they're black and I didn't want to get these all muddy, but this has been the primary shoe for both of us. Yeah. And so be interesting to see, but I mean, as you could tell, I mean, the wear is, well, there really isn't any. So,
and also the Nija's that I wear, like I have to like walk around or wear them out or do something before I can actually wear them to play. These I literally just put on at the courts and played. Yeah.
I mean, there's no better selling point than that, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to Montis. You know, we are happy that they exist. And it was actually Anderson Scarpa when he was on in episode 9 that he mentioned, he was talking about them and how he loves that company based out of Salt Lake City, where I think he said is his favorite place to play pickleball. So as far as like city wise, a great pickleball scene. So yeah, I mean, shout out to him for bringing it to our attention. And,
I hadn't heard of them till then.
It's hard to keep track of all these brands, but they've been around for a little bit.
They're doing it right.
And we're really, really pumped about Montis. So go check those shoes out. All right. Well, that is it for us, Carl. I think we'll let the people rest. We've been absolutely hammering them with content.
Yeah. You have.
Well, somebody has to do it. So
keep an eye out for that giveaway. We'll be announcing that soon. Also, the Luz Tornazo full review should be done here soon, and I'm also going to do one for the FC Plus long handle, even though it's kind of like
an iterative update. But I think, we also discussed even just providing an overview because you have so many hours on the FC Plus in general, and that face is the same. It's just a different handle. Yeah. But like how that stacks up as far as long-term review. Yeah. I think people are really interested to talk about that in the NF because we have played with them a good amount. I just can't get that long handle away from you. So, but we'll work on that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So that's all coming down the pipeline. So keep an eye out, and we'll talk to you then.
That is it for us. We will catch you on episode 17 whenever Carl and I have time to get together and hang out.
Yes.
Until then, we will see you on the next one.
See you later.